This test helps in the determination of California bearing ratio, which is the ratio expressed as percentage force per unit area required, a soil mass with circular plunger. About 17 kg of material is dried and sieved through 19 mm IS sieve. If there is noteworthy proportion of materials retained on 19 mm IS sieve, allowance for larger size materials is made by replacing it by an equal weight of material passing 19 mm sieve and retained on 4.75 mm IS sieve. Test procedure. Each batch of soil of at least 5.5 kg weight is mixed with water up to the optimum moisture content. The spacer disc is placed at the bottom of the mold over the base plate and a coarse filter paper is placed over the spacer disc. The moist soil sample is to be compacted over this in the mold by adopting either the IS heavy compaction. For IS heavy compaction or the modified Proctor compaction, the soil is divided into 5 equal parts. The soil is compacted in 5 equal layers, each of compacted thickness about 26.5 mm by applying 54 evenly distributed blows of the 4.89 kg hammer for 97% compaction. After compacting the last layer, the collar is removed and the excess soil above the top of the mold is evenly trimmed off by means of the straight edge. Any hole that develops on the surface due to the removal of coarse particles during trimming may be pitched with smaller size material. About 100 gram of soil samples are collected from each mold for moisture content determination from trimmed off portion. The clamps are removed and the mold with the compacted soil is lifted, leaving below the perforated base plate and the spacer disc, which is then removed. The mold with the compacted soil is weighed. A filter paper is placed on the perforated base plate. The mold with compacted soil is inverted and placed in position over the base plate and the clamps of the base plate are tightened. Surcharge weights of 5 kg weight are placed over the perforated plate and the whole mold with the weights is kept undisturbed in the water tank to allow soaking of the soil specimen for 4 full days or 96 hours. The mold is taken out of the water tank and the sample is allowed to drain in a vertical position for 15 minutes. The mold with the specimen is clamped over the base plate and the same surcharge weights are placed on the specimen centrally such that the penetration test could be conducted. The load readings are recorded at penetration readings. After the final reading, the load is released and the mold is removed from the loading machine. About 50 grams of soil is collected from the top 3 cm depth of the soil sample for the determination of moisture content. Application. This test is carried out for subgrade and GSB. Acceptance criteria. Subgrade CBR minimum 10% as per concession agreement. GSB CBR minimum 30%. This brings us to the end of the step-by-step process of conducting the CBR test.